Many of us young people today worry greatly about the future of our environment and what is being done to solve these problems. So many different contaminants plague our environment that it can seem like an insurmountable task to most of us. One major environmental problem is contamination of groundwater. Well, the reason this is such a big problem is because many of us receive our drinking water from groundwater, and if it is polluted, it can lead to a myriad of health problems in humans. Although the company I work for, Advanced Environmental Technologies, AET, has created a unique technology that resolves two common contaminants in groundwater, benzene and chlorinated solvents. Benzene is found in petroleum, which we use to power our vehicles but can create a mess when leached into groundwater. This leaching most commonly occurs through underground gas tanks at gas stations that have corroded over time. Chlorinated solvents in groundwater most commonly come from old laundromats or monitoring plants that leach these contaminants into the groundwater. Luckily, AET has created e-redox technology which reduces the concentration of these contaminants in groundwater. There are two types of e-redox, e-redox I and e-redox O. E-redox O oxidizes the hydrocarbons in benzene, resulting in a faster reduction of the contaminant in groundwater. E-redox I reduces the concentration of hydrocarbons in the water through reductive reactions. This presentation is meant to show how both e-redox O and e-redox I get rid of common contaminants in groundwater. First, I will go in depth on what e-redox O is exactly and how it reduces benzene contamination in groundwater. E-redox O is a specialized technology to reduce the contamination of fuels in our groundwater. Almost everyone uses petroleum to get from point A to point B, so it's easy to see how petroleum can find its way into the soil and eventually into groundwater. E-redox O enhances the ability of bacteria already found in the ground to reduce the concentration of benzene itself. This device gives bacteria access to oxygen, the primary electron acceptor of benzene. This initiates a trend of electron movement toward our device, which then reduces the benzene into a byproduct of water. Basically, this device gives the bacteria in groundwater access to oxygen and speeds up the degradation process already at hand. The groundbreaking part of this is that there is no chemical or energy addition to the groundwater, which results in a sustainable solution to benzene contamination. E-redox O can be applied in a variety of field conditions and easily installed in newer pre-existing wells in a day. Now let's move on to e-redox I and see how it can reduce contaminants in the field. Chlorinated solvents have been released into the environment from dry cleaning, manufacturing, and even Department of Defense facilities. Since chlorinated solvents are denser than water, these contaminants make their way into groundwater aquifers when released into the soil. E-redox I technologies establish a low-intensity electrical field in the contaminated soil or water. This creates electron movement, allowing for reductive reactions to take place and alienate contaminants. The groundbreaking part of this technology is that there are no injections into the soil, as with most solutions to removing chlorinated solvents. As with e-redox O, e-redox I can be installed in pre-existing or newly drilled wells in a few days' time. It can use common household power outlets or even solar power as electrical sources to reduce contaminants. AET has risen to the challenge of confronting today's biggest environmental contamination problems through the use of its patented e-redox technology. We have seen how e-redox O can reduce the concentration of benzene in groundwater to almost undetectable levels by giving bacteria access to oxygen. We also saw e-redox I uses a low-intensity electrical field to rid groundwater of chlorinated solvents. We all share love for the natural environment that surrounds us, but in today's world, that environment can be highly polluted. E-redox provides a way to reduce this pollution in a way that's sustainable and not harmful to human health. E-redox is proof that there are people out there working to reduce how contaminated our natural environment is so that future generations can enjoy the outdoors as we do today.